All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Happy 2024. One of our first videos we're going to take a look at for the year comes from my man over at The Desirable Truth on YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and sub to the channel. Make some dope street interviews based in Miami, where a lot of this comes from. This one says, the painful truths of modern romance. Let's find out what people have to say about love. Or lack thereof.
How long you been together?
Oh my God, kind of a long time. We met in college, but like 3 years total.
Three years, but we've known each other for 11 years.
Yeah.
Best friends for 11 years.
Oh, he was friend zoned for a lot.
So you were in the friend zone
Yeah.
for like...
I was
Yo, here's the crazy thing about the friend zone. I don't know, fellas. Y'all really be committing to this. Because he like, look, he said they were together for 3 years, but they were friends for 11. That means there were 8 years, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, public school math. There were 8 years that you were playing the friend role when she was probably telling you about how she had a wonderful date and how this other guy dicked her down. And the whole time you listening to this for 8 years. And then on the 9th year, when she finally realizes all the city boys that she's been dating because they appeared to be good, she finally realizes there's no substance. They're not husband material. The whole time you there as my friend, you're the right guy. You're the good guy. You're the safe guy. I'll give you a shot. I could never. I'm immediately thinking about, what? All them times you was calling me drunk about how old boy D'd you down? Nah, hell no. That's a wild play. How do y'all do that? Fellas, don't do that to yourselves.
friend zone big time. I never thought I was going to come out of it, to be honest, but...
Dennis, what's up?
Was there ever a point where she was talking to you about the guys that she was sleeping with, or?
No, never that. It was just more so, I just never knew if, like, I was going to come out of the friend zone, but it was never her talking about the guys she was sleeping with. It was more so just...
Bro. Yeah, okay. She definitely probably talked about the dates. Maybe she didn't give the details, but she definitely talked about, he treated me so lovely. Okay, we know what that means.
We were always just best friends and never know if it was going to work out.
I feel like in college, we would like share all that stuff together. Like we were best friends in college and we'd always talk about like, we date other people. So we were always like super close about stuff like that. So.
Yo, one thing I never want to have a woman utter out of her mouth that I am going to be romantic with is, you're my best friend. I don't ever want to hear that. I think that shit is a crazy concept. You're my best friend. No, like I get it. Like you grow a friendship, but if it's led into like, he's my best friend, like what the fuck? I believe you should have your partner desire you, and like the whole friend thing is not the lead on that, right? It should be like, I desire them, and all that shit. Talking about I'm your best friend is crazy.
And so, when did it click for you that you'd be just as attracted to him?
I mean, I think the attraction's always there, but if you're like prioritizing the friendship, it's a little bit different. But I think after we graduated and then like moved to the same city. So that was a couple years ago.
But I mean, surely he was trying to get with you during that time. Why didn't you give him a shot back then?
I mean, obviously he's a very good-looking guy, but he was like one of my best friends, and you don't want to lose a friendship. And
Bro, listen. Where's my buttons? I haven't used my buttons in a while. What button do I want to use right now? Because she's capping so hard.
Stop the cap.
Bro, that is such bullshit when a woman says, I don't want to ruin the friendship. She did not find him attractive because she was at an age where she was more excited by the good-looking hot boys that was out here that were exciting and you know, a little bit of toxicness in it. She was excited by all that shit. Women get older and they realize really the gem is the guy that's chill, the good guy. Then they really appreciate that when they get in their later 20s and the 30s, and they're like, I just want a good guy. Motherfucker, you left the good guy hanging in college. He was there all 4 years while you was getting dicked down by Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated brothers all semester. Like, what are you talking about?
you're at school, there's different things, and I think it's different when you're older and are in the same place and like same, I don't know, you're just like a bit more mature and like value the same things. It's hard when you're like 20 years old in college, but we're always best friends. So like then we were finally at a good place in our lives to explore that and without like, I don't know, like risking.
Best friends. 100% they only do missionary. 100% they're only doing missionary. 100% they're only doing, like, nothing about that exudes, like when your girl like desires you, bro, she looking at him like a friend. Like that's not the eyes of a woman that desires her man. That's like, oh, he's so nice. so nice. Like, you know, I'll be provided for. He's gonna be he's like a safe bet. You know what I mean? It's like playing blackjack. I don't play blackjack, but that's like getting a safe hand, and you're like, I'll stay. You know, don't hit me. No. I'm good. I'll stay right here. I'll stay at 11. Like what? You better hit that shit. You know, it's crazy. You got to read between the lines, folks. This right here, they don't last. They don't last. This situation, she gonna have an affair on this guy all day. He just too square.
The friendship, so.
Devo, what's up?
53.
Are you single?
Yeah.
Have you found that as a man at your age, dating has gotten easier for you?
It's definitely harder. Yeah.
Why do you say that?
So I don't think women are looking for substance.
Mm.
So I'm looking for substance. I don't think they're looking for substance. They're looking for what I can do for them.
Oh.
It's pretty hard here in Brickell.
So it's harder in the sense of finding an intelligent woman, but easier because you can provide for them.
It's very easy to find one who wants to be provided for, yeah. But to find someone who's looking at me for me, it's pretty hard.
Bro, I 100%, 1000% understand exactly what he's talking about. Trust me, as someone, as a reformed city boy, I spent all my 20s, you know, and early 30s running, not even the streets. I was global. I was a menace in Africa, Europe, the Caribbean, US of A. I done traveled the world, okay? I was a menace. But what I will say is now I appreciate substance. I have realized for some years now, to my credit, that titties are titties. They all look a little different levels of robustness and shapes, and same thing with the kitty cat. They all, you know, look a little bit different. Some a little bit more meatier than others, you know. Some have, you know, a little bit different coloration. Hairstyles a little bit different. Some don't have no hair at all. But when you open that motherfucker up, it's all pink. I realized that it's all the same stuff. It's really about who's attached to them titties and the kitty cat that makes it different. I've come to that realization. And I'm trying to put y'all on game to spare yourselves from what I did, which was running up the numbers, running around the globe. I mean, it was a great experience, don't get me wrong, but I really realized that it's really about the quality of the person who's attached to those physical parts that we are all as men attracted to, that really makes it everything. You know what I'm saying? It really, truly makes it everything. And what he's saying here is like, yo, he's 53. He's probably in a good position to provide, but we have fallen into a culture now of what you can do for me relationships. And that is so bad. It benefits no one. It's all transactional. If I want to get in a relationship, you have to do X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? Instead of evaluating the person for their character, their beliefs, what they stand for, you know, how they carry themselves, are they a good family person? All these other more important aspects of a potential partner that you would want to have in someone that's going to have your child or have a child with, that you're going to have a family with. Because the truth is, y'all, money comes and goes. And I'm telling you, someone that you know, throughout my life, you know what I'm saying? Started off young, didn't have a lot, like anybody. You start in your adulthood, you don't got a lot, you don't got shit really, right? Then boom, got major contracts and radio and music and like I've seen the changes, but if you're with someone and they're not with you for the right purposes, when you do run through those tough patches in life, they will happen. It will happen. You will, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a corporate worker, there's layoffs. The economy goes down, it hurts your businesses. You will have ebbs and flows. And when you are on that downtrend, that right person will be there through that to then reap the benefits on the back end once you come out of that lull and you're back up again. You know what I'm saying? Too much of what's happening right now is one directional. The minute there's a sign of a downward trend, like, oh, he got laid off. You know what? I want a divorce. Like, what the fuck? I didn't even do anything. Like, I got laid off. You know, it's not like I'm just gonna sit here and not do anything. I gotta rebuild myself, or I gotta make a pivot. But motherfuckers are so quick to just dip out on you, and I feel that. I see it all the time. And you have so many men that experience this, that it's really sad, to be quite honest, that we have gone into this transactional paradigm in relationships. You know, extremely sad. Benefits no one. Doesn't benefit men or women. 100%.
But I mean, if you have your pick of the litter, even though you're older, why not just exercise all your options?
I could, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for substance.
So why did your mindset change to, you know, the latter?
What do you mean?
Why is it that you want something more stable now?
So I'm older. I need to find someone who's there for me, who's not after my money, right? Who's not after what I can give them, and who still wants to build with me at this age, right?
So
yeah, and it's gonna be tough for him. I understand what he's saying. He's 53. You're not, like, he's still, you know, provided you're healthy, you still have a lot of life to live. You know what I'm saying? He wants to have someone that is genuinely gonna be there to ride into the sunset with. You know what I'm saying? I think anyone at that age, I think maybe 50, I don't know. I can only imagine what it's going to be like when I turn 50, my mindset. But I'm just thinking, like, perhaps when I am 50 plus, I'm thinking about, like, whoever I get with now, like, this is it. Like, you riding with me. You're like, what else are you going to do? We're going to be together for like 5, 6, 10 years and then break up. And then what? At 60, I'm back out in these streets? Oh, fuck that. I quit. You know what I'm saying? Imagine going back out into the streets trying to date at 60, bro. Yeah, like, at a certain point, maybe it's 50. I don't know yet. Maybe it's 50 plus, where you just gotta fucking call it a day and just settle with somebody. I mean, who really wants to go back out here and start all over again at 50 plus, doing the dating thing? Anybody in chat? Anyone? Exactly. Suhair said, fuck that. Doug, what's up, bro? Good to see you back, bro. Mylene, what's up? You know what I mean? Too many people leave when things get hard. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a sign of a character trait. One thing I would offer to anyone when you're talking to somebody, ask them this question. Ask, and I promise you that the answer will tell you a lot. Ask them this question. What is one life event that they went through, or let me pose it as if I'm asking you, what is one life event that you went through that tested your resiliency, that tested your character, that was extremely challenging? Ask them that question. And if they are unable to communicate an answer to that, like, you know, I went through this hardship, I went through this experience, and really explain what that experience was and then what they did to overcome it, says a lot about their character. That to me is important. You know, I don't even care if they didn't actually overcome it, but I'm looking for, can they identify something that was tough in their life, first of all? Secondly, how do they formulate their thought process around it? How do they interpret what they learned from it? Because some of the biggest wins you'll make come from the biggest losses that you experience. You know what I'm saying? Every time I tried something different that was an L, I tried a new business, I tried this venture, didn't work out, it was great because I learned from it and I actually built into the things I was successful in. You could really learn a lot from your L's, to be really, really honest with you. And it's also, more importantly, a testament to that person's character. That to me is important. Like, a motherfucker's character. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Construction said, miss you on GCI. Yo, love, brother. I appreciate that. Chicago family right there. What's up, man? The life event happened back in 2002. Reclaiming my time. Overcoming adversity. 10 years in Marine Corps. Hey, Semper Fi, brother. Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps as well. If I'm answering that question, one of the many things I've persevered through was combat, was seeing the ultimate, the how would I word it? The absolute worst of humanity. I've seen what we as people are capable of under the most austere conditions. We like to think that we are advanced and intelligent, but when you strip us down to our core and under the right environment and circumstances, we are barbaric. We are brutal. And I've seen some of the worst things that I wouldn't wish anybody else would have seen. You know what I'm saying? Persevered through that. It took a lot. It took a toll on me in my life. You know, battled a lot through that. Alcohol became a big part of that. Alcoholism, and all of that. So everyone has a different story. And I think when you go out and you date, asking those questions and doing it in a certain nuance, you don't want to be so always direct, but if you're able to steer the question to get to that, so that you can start to pick their brain apart and see how do they process difficulties? How do they handle adversity? How do they overcome challenges? Because you know what? If I'm with them and when we go through our challenges, do I have faith that they are going to approach it with a certain austerity, a certain mind frame that, hey, you know what? I got you, you got me. We're going to truck through this together and we're going to come out better than ever after it. You know what I mean?
So what's the youngest? So what age range are you looking to date then?
At 53, I'll date 37 to 40. That's about it.
And nothing in the 20s?
No. That's a party lifestyle, a lifestyle that I have no interest in.
Yeah.
And I definitely want someone who can relate to who I am. I don't think a 20-year-old is going to relate to who I am.
It's true. That's the same reason. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with an older man dating a legal age woman, 18 plus. I know it's a hot topic on Twitter all the time. Oh, you're grooming and all that stuff. Listen, if you are legally allowed to go sign up and go to war at 18, if you're legally allowed to smoke cigarettes at 21, if you're legally allowed to go to strip clubs at 18, you see where I'm going at here, right? You're legally allowed to own a gun at whatever age, you know. You're legally allowed at 18 to go and decide who you want to sleep with and be with and date and all that stuff. That being said, as someone, I'm 41, I wouldn't like date a 20-year-old. I you know, I don't even think I would want to smash a 20-year-old because we're not even on the same mindset. You know what I'm saying? I personally wouldn't do it. Too much of a headache. They're too emotional. They haven't developed the sense of like controlling their emotions, more like a woman in her late 20s or 30s who has had heartbreak. She's a little bit more in tune with like how things work now. She's not as so naive, if you will. So I understand why bro's saying he wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Unless, you know, she.
Yeah, I'm 41 for real. Do you miss hosting on radio? I personally see you being more engaged with your beliefs. I don't miss radio. I unless they throw a bag at me, I wouldn't go back. I would rather. I love what I do now, live streaming, because I could talk to people who actually give a shit about what I'm saying. And I'm able to share more of my experiences in hopes that it can benefit someone else. You know what I'm saying? Especially young men that I'm very passionate about trying to give them game to navigate the world, because a lot of young men don't have positive male role models, don't have a father figure in their life, are lost. They don't know how to overcome the challenges of what it's like to be a young man, being lonely. Motherfuckers don't even know how to court a woman these days. They don't know how to cold approach a woman. If I take 10 guys right now and I go to a bar and I tell them, each of you need to come back with a number from a woman, I'm telling you, 8 or 9 of the 10 probably fails that exercise. Never mind. And it goes, you know what I mean? Like I know they ain't got no game. You know what I mean?
She wants to spend money. She wants me to spend money.
What's your age?
I'm 42.
I'm almost 29.
Are you both single?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Well, My ex decided that when we moved to Miami, he liked the Latina flair. And recently,
Oh no! They moved together and he got a taste of that Cuba and all of that. I was like, I'm out.
he married the 28-year-old Cuban mistress.
How'd that make you feel?
Not so great in the beginning, but now that I'm free, I'm kind of loving it. And the
AKA y'all, AKA she's getting piped down in Miami. She getting piped down in Miami.
the MILF vibe is very real.
But do you think it was easier for him to find a younger, hotter girl than it is for you to find, you know, an older, richer man?
I mean, I'm not looking for older or richer right now. I'm looking for
Young.
just whatever, you know, appeases my appetite at the moment. But of course, it's, you know, for him, I think it was easier because I was also pregnant at the time with our third child.
That's interesting. So how do you go about co-parenting with him?
Well, fine. It was a very long and expensive ass divorce.
How long ago did it happen?
We finally settled last February. Oh my God, I hope he doesn't see this. Anyways, yes, last February, but things are very amicable now. Our co-parenting is good. I finally met the wife. She's lovely. She loves my babies. And so we're trying to kind of do the whole like blended family thing.
What's your age?
28.
Are you single?
I am.
Do you think that's a red flag?
That I'm single and 28? Honestly, yes and no.
She's so small. Oh my God.
Yes and no.
Why is it? Let's start there.
Because, like, the reason is
She said expensive, but what is she really paying that? Most times in the divorces, especially if the man is well off, the man has to pay for the woman's lawyers. I could not fathom, y'all, hear me out. I could not fathom getting a divorce. I'm already having to pay my lawyer a lot of money. These are expensive ass lawyers for divorces. I'm already imagining having to pay an expensive ass lawyer to go through the divorce and then be turned around and told that I have to pay the divorce attorney for my ex to fight against me. Bro, that I don't understand how that's even a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the wildest shit. I'm paying the other attorney to fight back against me on the behalf of my wife that wants to leave me. You know, and I get the idea is if she's a home taker, she don't have the income because she's been provided for. I get it. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be done. It's just the fact that like I'm still paying you to fight against me. I'm paying 2 lawyers. That's a crazy like, bro. Listen, in good faith, I would not recommend marriage to men. I just can't. It's not about the marriage itself. It's about the government involvement in it and how men have it so bad in divorce courts and family courts. Getting married under the law, absolutely 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
why. Like, everyone's probably wondering, why am I 28 and still not finding a guy? But then,
Danny,
the
happy
green
birthday.
flag could be like, okay, she's kind of waiting to find the right one and not just mess around.
8 billion people in the world, and you still haven't found anyone.
Honestly, I ask myself the same question every day.
You ever feel like you're on a time clock biologically to have kids?
I do.
How does that make you feel?
That makes me feel worried. But at the same time, and God we trust.
It is
know
cheaper
what
to
I'm
keep her. Yeah.
So, in a perfect world, ideally, when would you want to have kids? At what age?
By 30.
2 years.
Yeah, in 10 years I'll be 40. Time is running.
But if you meet a guy right now, you sure he's gonna be like, okay, 2 years, let's go?
I hope. I'm not sure, but I hope. I don't know. I can assume.
You don't think that puts pressure on a man?
It does. But I'm dating guys in the 30s that I would assume would be down for kids. If not, then maybe he's not for me.
How long have you been with your man?
4 years.
When it comes onto your relationship, is it what your man says goes, or does he always involve you in decision making?
Most times I do agree with all decisions that he does make, but he does hear out what I have to say and he takes it into consideration. But most of the times we do go by what he says. I just think he's a very wise person.
No, why is it?
Yo, that says a lot, man. That says a lot. If you're with someone, here's what I say from a man's perspective is, fellas, as a man, you should be making the right fucking judgment calls on things, right? So that your woman doesn't have to think too much about it. I'm not saying that you control shit, but what I'm saying is you should have enough wisdom and knowledge and experience to make a call on how to handle X, how to handle Y and Z. Sure, you're going to want to present it to her. Hey, babe, this is what I'm thinking we're going to do because of X, Y, Z. Here's the plan. You lay it out for her to be like, shit, makes sense. Okay, cool. And if she really trusts your judgment, she ain't really going to have pushback. She might offer her opinion and definitely take it into account and be like, all right, let me hear you out. All right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we can incorporate that into this. You know, I don't think it should ever be one-sided. But the point here is, as a man, you should have your shit together as a leader. You know what I'm saying? Like to make these kinds of decisions, how you're going to handle stuff, how you're going to run it all, so that she could just be like, okay, boo, perfect. Got it. You know what I'm saying? Little shit like that takes off the pressure of a woman. So that she doesn't have to like start thinking about it too much. You know what I'm saying? You just, yo, this is what we're going to do. And that's clearly the case for them too.
Well, do you consider yourself wise as well?
I consider myself a wise person, a reasonable person.
So why isn't it that you're the one who's making most of the decisions in the relationship?
I don't know. I think I just rely on my man to make the decisions, and I like that. I like that part of embracing my femininity.
So you like it when your man leads?
100%.
But do you think it could work if you were the one playing that role instead?
I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't like a man who I can boss around.
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like a woman's job is to be feminine, and it's always been this way. I feel like men are always masculine. They're always leaders. They're always protectors and providers. So I feel like, for me, I'm always going to want a man that's masculine.
So if he says, yo, we're moving to Texas, this is the best place for the job opportunities for me, you're moving with him?
100%. I actually love Texas. We were just talking about moving to Texas recently.
When you guys go out together, who typically pays for the date?
She's a W though. Bro got himself a W, you know what I'm saying? For sure. Bitch Slayer, happy birthday.
I'm gonna answer this one. It's me, typically, but like that's not because she's not down to pay. That's just where that's how I grew up. I honestly think when you're in love with somebody and you wanna treat them well, that's part of treating them well is paying for things. Like, I want to be a gentleman and treat her well, and like I'm obsessed with her. And I like, no, honestly, it sounds funny, but I am very obsessed with her, and I love her.
Now that is where the problem lies. Here's the thing. Hot take time. Ladies, just hear me out. This is for the fellas. Fellas, you want the woman to be obsessed with you. Okay? Here's why this is problematic. And I said it earlier about how he was the friend zone boyfriend, you know, for 9 years. He was the friend zone friend. He's so obsessed with her. He's allowed himself to hang around waiting for her to finally give him a shot. She finally gives him a shot 9 years later. They're in a relationship for 3 years. He's going, and I'm not saying paying for her is wrong. I agreed with all that he said, but when he comes on and says, I'm obsessed with her, it's very likely that she runs the show. She could potentially walk all over him because he's so obsessed. She knows it. She could use it against him. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a good situation to be in. It's just not. It's just not. Why can't it be both? Because a woman will weaponize the fact that she knows the man is obsessed with her more than a guy would weaponize the woman that's obsessed with him. You know what I'm saying? It's far more likely that a woman would take advantage of that. Oh, I know he's obsessed. I can do whatever. I can get whatever, you know, this could be, I'm not saying every woman, right? Like, let's be clear. This is certain women can take advantage of this situation. Oh, he's obsessed. I'm having him pay for this. I'm having him do this. And the whole time you're just basically like a walking ATM, you know, with some boyfriend like perks. But I really believe that in most cases, when the guy's obsessed with the woman, the guys tend to be placeholders. That's really what it comes down to. They tend to be placeholder boyfriends up until there's a man that she is like head over heels with, obsessed, highly attracted to, and really gives her all the vibes that she's looking for. You know what I mean?
And part of like being a good guy to me, the way I was brought up is like paying for somebody that you are in love with and that you really care about, and that's how I feel about her.
I also think like I was raised the same way. I try to always split things. So our jobs are very different. Like I moved 6 months ago to a fully commissioned job in real estate. I worked in financial sales before. So we try to like, I don't know, I think we try to split things, but he's been really great about like, he always is very, you know, like accommodating and trying to like treat me, which is so nice, but I'm also independent and want to pay for my own stuff, so.
So when do you offer to split the bill with him?
Honestly, every dinner, yeah. Anytime we do dinner, we try to even it out, like with dinners, drinks, stuff like that.
Being that he's investing mostly financially, where would you say you invest as his woman?
Let's see the answer to this.
I mean, I don't think that's totally the case. Like, I think we have invested financially, like, very equal amounts. Like, I made a career change more recently, and so he's been helpful in that, but, like, I have my own money where I invest in our apartment. I invest in like things with, you know, our dog, our like health insurance, my own stuff like that. So, but I think
she puts in on the apartment. So they're splitting an apartment. It sounds like the dog is the dog, but she pays for her own health insurance. That's just part of adulting. That has nothing to do with a relationship here. She basically can't even quantify exactly what she does in return for this. We always get this when they're asked this question, like, okay, if he's providing all this stuff, it is quantifiable stuff. You can add up the numbers and be like, oh, he's invested thousands of dollars up to this point in a relationship so far. What have you invested in him? And they're like, like, wait, what happened? Well, in my case, it was opposite and it backfired badly. I was taken advantage of. So, ooh, what happened? Invest in an apartment? No, it sounds like they just split the apartment cost. What's up, Rex? A guy and girl need to equally be obsessed with each other for it to work. I feel like if you're all on the same page, what's the point? Equally could work. I think equally could work, but certainly if it's a guy obsessed with a woman and it's not the same, that's just not ideal, especially for a man. It's just a setup to be taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
He's an amazing guy.
Lady, what's up?
To like treat me with dinners and things like that.
Yeah, we just started.
I also want to treat
Rex.
him like we're equals, and I think the fact we've been friends for so long, we always want to do that for each other. So. I don't know if you have a different answer, but like.
At 53, have you ever been married before?
Yeah.
How long was it?
9 years.
And did you initiate a divorce or did she?
She did.
I did.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Now, why did you end that marriage after so long?
We just got to a point where I wasn't happy anymore. So I just did not want to have that marriage prolong into getting worse, right? So I saw where the dangers were, I saw the red flags, and I moved on.
Well, what did you notice at the end of it that you didn't really pick up on in the beginning? How did it change?
So in the beginning was fine. In the middle of the relationship, coming towards the end, it was very demanding, a very stressful relationship. So I didn't want that stress in my life.
Stressful in what ways?
Very demanding, telling me what to do, making sure that I do what I'm supposed to do in a demanding way. I think, the perfect partner is somebody that you build with, right? We share each other's concerns and we share each other's responsibility. It wasn't like that when I was married.
So you felt like she was micromanaging you?
definitely.
But you were supposed to be leading as a man.
Well, I am a leader. I have no problem leading. I'm just not the one to be told what to do. So I want us to tell each other what's in our best interests. But this wasn't that relationship.
So 100%, and I've experienced that too. She didn't respect him. The only time you have that situation when a woman tries to tell you what to do when she doesn't fully respect you. You know what I'm saying? And you got one or two options if you're in that situation, fellas. One is you do what bro did and just be like, yo, I'm out. I'm not going to take that. It's disrespectful. Or two, you check her on that shit and you're like, yo, listen, don't get it fucked up. Right? I'm feeling you, you know, care for you, but you will not talk to me like that ever again. And sometimes you need to check them to let them know what it is. And they're like, oh shit. And they'll get some respect. She may have just thought that he might not have a spine and was walking all over him, kind of a situation, whatever. But definitely not a good situation to be in if she don't respect you.
Being that you're recently divorced at 42
Yes.
with 3 kids,
Yeah.
how soon would you want another man to meet them?
Well, okay, so I did have a rebound relationship with a 26-year-old for 6 months.
No, she had a fling.
That was amazing.
What was so amazing about it, though?
She got some young D. Come on, man. like I've seen this. I have been the young guy, the rebound guy for an older cougar before on a few occasions. It's all it is you're just you're like the Uber driver for dicks. Like you just drive it over and give it to him. Like that's all it is. It's strictly physical. You know what I'm saying? I had to check my last girl before I left her. And it'd be like that. It'd be like that. You got to let them know what it is, man. I'm not saying it you're doing it in a disrespectful way. You're just being like, listen, you must be, I don't know if you're used to talking to other men like that or whatever the case may be. You ain't going to talk to me like that. It's disrespectful. I'm not going to tolerate it. If we have any other issues with it going forward, I wish you the best, but I'm going to remove myself. So you just take it like that. It's not, you're not snapping at her. You're not, yelling at her. You're not arguing. You're just letting her know this is what it is. If we got a problem, it's all good. I'm just going to exit stage left. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it takes for you to put your foot down for them to be like, oh shit. First, she's going to be like, oh, he ain't playing. Two, she's probably going to get turned on and wet and want to bone your ass right there in the spot. She's like, oh shit, he put me in my place. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Real talk. That's why I said both. Instead of 50-50, it should be 100-100. I'm giving 100% of me. I need the same amount reciprocated. Now, I do agree not to downgrade your partner in a relationship, especially in a man. Let them lead. Word. And the ladies are laughing because you know what I said is true.
I mean, all the things.
Did he take you out to dinners and dates?
Yes. Yes. Like, literally one night we were going out to dinner. My backyard, like, leading to the driveway was all gravel, and I had Python Louboutins on, and he just scooped.
What did she say? What? Louboutins?
And I had Python Louboutins on, and he just.
That's not how you say Louboutins, is it? Is that, am I tweaking? It is condescending, yes. Did she just butcher the name of, she's tweaking? That's what I thought. There's no way Louboutin, what did she call it? Louboutin?
It was all gravel, and I had Python Louboutins on.
Louboutins. Oh my God. Louboutins. That's crazy. I've never heard it referred to as that.
And he just scooped me up and carried me to the car because he didn't want me to ruin my shoes. Like, I'd never had that in my life before, ever.
And would you say that he made you feel young again in that relationship?
Yes. And he was like an old soul, so it was good. We balanced each other out. But yeah, it like brought me back to life. And yes, behind closed doors. Yep.
You liked the way he blew your back out then?
Oh, yeah.
She must have forgot that, like, her ex-husband and her kids are probably gonna see this one day. It's crazy.
So did you end up cutting it off, or did he?
They said, IG chat, they said that's the great value brand of Louis Vuitton. Yo, that's funny. She tried to sound all sedity. Yeah, she did. That's fucking weird. I'm gonna say it now just to fuck with people. You should.
His family, basically. It was like, it was more of like a family thing, you know. It was like a 26-year-old. He's successful in the
But you
area.
can have fun.
He comes
Kai,
from
thank
a
you for the
prominent
gifts, man.
family, and the idea of their baby boy dating a single mother with 3 children of a certain age was scandalous.
What's the worst date you've been on?
This is my first date ever. I was 18. He took me on a date on a city bus, public transportation, didn't pay for my fare. I had to pay for my own freaking fare. And then he took me out for like coffee, and then we walked back home, which was like over an hour walk.
Did you like the guy?
I did not. I dropped him after that date real quick.
A little bit more game and had more charisma. Do you
But
think?
he did it. You can't
Yo,
say
Kai,
that,
thank you
but
again,
he
brother.
did it.
Appreciate
I
that you
don't
like the
know.
videos, man.
Of
Thank you.
course, but it's a hypothetical. If that were the case,
No,
do you
I
think
a
that would
guy
make it?
that couldn't afford to take me there, like either by car or by cab, and made me walk home over an hour, I would just drop him. I think so.
No. What about a dating experience you had in your mid-20s?
It was interesting.
Yo, we gotta keep it a buck. Dates that are in your teenage years shouldn't count because no one knows what you're doing. Guy don't got money. Like those are just like teenage dates. They shouldn't even count. It really shouldn't matter until like you're in your 20s where you got some level of income, right? You got some kind of a job and you're able to like then, you know, do a proper date.
Why?
Interesting, because I was going out with a lot of the same men, and now that I moved to Miami, it's a very different crowd.
How long have you been in Miami?
2 years.
And where are you from
New
originally?
York.
What do you think the men in Miami expect from you as a woman?
Just to be hot. That's all they care for here. They're very materialistic, into looks, into vibes.
All the men want hair or boobs and butts and BBLs and lip filler.
Fake girls. And I don't think I'm a fake girl. That's why I'm having a hard time in Miami.
So you see yourself as real and genuine.
I think I'm a real girl.
But do you still think that you?
I definitely get the vibe that she's really authentic. She seems very sweet. And I would tell you what, she definitely gives off like wife material. So I think for any guy to like bag her would probably be a W all day. You know what I'm saying?
qualify as
Like all the BBL chicks are the ones that you'll bust down on a weekend little outing, but she's the one that you come home to. You know what I'm saying? Very different. And I know the fellas know what I'm talking about. You know exactly. If you're a man watching this right now, I know you know what I'm talking about. Like, we will marry the wholesome, sweet woman that is sincere, loving, caring, sweet, and we'll fuck a BBL bitch real quick and just be like, yeah, all right, whatever. It was fun for a moment. Like, bye, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Take you and your BBL out of here. Here's the Uber. Get out. That could be a fun story time. Teenage years. His mom probably dropped y'all off at the movies. Yeah, exactly. Yes, like me. Lady Boss said yes, like me. Yep. That's facts.
as hot.
In my eyes, maybe not in their eyes, but in my eyes.
So be honest with me. How do you compete with other women to get men here?
I think better personality. I think just focus on being real and have a true, funny,
Absolutely.
outgoing personality.
Absolutely.
And hope that that's going to get you the one.
If you were to get pregnant right
Yo, hey, I bet you if guys knew her IG, they're probably sliding up in there right now talking about you want to get married. She answered that beautifully. Like, it's so true. Personality goes a long way. I'm telling you, as somebody that I done had my share of 10s. Some of those, like the vast majority of them, there were a couple that were solid, that had a personality. But let me tell you, most of those like physically 10s, models and all those types, bro, they have nothing much to offer other than the look. And even the sex was not that amazing. A lot of them are pillow princesses, just be laying there. just, you know, their belief is like, huh, all I have to do is just lay here. I'm already pretty. Like, what the fuck? Like, nah, bitch, get nasty. You better spit on that shit. What the fuck? This is all dry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now the real, like, if we were really to break it down, maybe I'll do it on another stream. Like, if we want, I should create the sex list, and I could break it down by numbers. So if we were to do like 1 through 10, right? The 10, you know, and break it down. I will give you the actual grades of like who actually in the tier list performs the best in bed based off of firsthand research. I could compile this data. I got it. I could tell y'all what the number of women that you should really focus in on that are going to give you the overall, genuinely the better experiences intimately. Promise you. All right. So make sure you sub to my goddamn Kick channel. We got to get these numbers up, y'all. We got to hit back to 100. Fucking, if you want to bless the Cash App, if you're on Instagram, I'll drop a bomb, shout you out, show love. Let's go.
No. What would you choose to do?
I would keep the baby. For sure.
Would there be any hesitation?
I don't think there would be any hesitation, but I also understand sometimes people don't feel secure in their relationships, but in my relationship, I feel secure, and I feel like we also have the financial means to raise a baby. So I 100% would have my baby.
Do you think your man feels the same way? He would want to keep it as well?
Yeah, I think he would as well. I think he also comes from a really big family, so that helps. And, you know, our parents had us when they were really young, so around their age. So I don't think he would have any hesitation to keep our baby.
So dollar figure wise, what do you think the bare minimum requirement is to raise a child in 2023?
That is so crazy because I just saw an article the other day that said that at least $1 million a year to have a baby. So I think
$1 million? No. Let's check that. I think over the lifetime, we're going to fact check there, y'all. How much? By the way, real quick, while I search this up, what do you guys in chat think the cost is? Let's do it over the lifetime from birth to 18 years old. What do you guys think? How much money you have to pay for a child? The average cost for a child is. Go ahead and type that in chat while I pull it up. How much money does it cost to raise a child from birth to? All right, what are the numbers? Just like I thought. Here we go. Oh wait, no, never mind. Okay, as of 2023, USDA data and inflation statistics from the BLS indicate that raising a child in the U.S. could cost an average of $331,933 from birth to 18. And before it was 237. This was back to 2021. So for inflation, it's now gone up 331,000. You're basically buying a home when you have a kid. $331,000 from birth to 18 years old. Huge expense. Huge expense. I don't know why she said $1 million. That's crazy. It's not $1 million, but we're talking about over $250,000 for a kid. And some people out here be having 3, 4, 5 of them. God bless, man. God bless.
you would need a lot of money.
You think that's practical?
I don't know if it's practical, but I mean, I think most of us are gonna end up parents anyway, so might as well, you know?
At 53, do you care about how promiscuous a woman's past is?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want anyone that's been ran through, right? But at
True.
my age, I think, you know, my pickings might be a little slim. So I'll definitely have to make some exceptions.
Well, describe and explain the term ran through. What do you mean by that?
Well, like someone who has multiple partners during their course of life, right? So we all look for someone who is not promiscuous, right? But to find that at my age might be very slim.
But
you know what? We need to spend some time and make a body count tier list. What do I mean by that? And Kick Chat, remind me about this later to come up to circle back on this in a future thing. But we should make a list of projected numbers that says by age, let's say 21. By age 21, what is an acceptable number? Then by 30, what's an acceptable number? And then 40, and then 50. Because the reality is the older you get, it's very likely that you are going to have a lot more bodies, both for men and women. Just because you live longer, you have more experiences. But there's an inherent difference of having, let's say, a 50-year-old woman having 30 bodies versus a 21-year-old woman having 30 bodies. Very different. Because we're talking about this is spread over years versus a much more condensed time period. You know what I'm saying? So I think the numbers don't tell the full tale. I think it is the amount of bodies under whatever amount of time is the real measuring stick. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's
Sweetheart said, I do want a girl, though. I just need a man with a daughter. Oh, you want one already built one.
fair to expect that at even any age in today's day to find a virgin woman?
Right. You shouldn't.
Britta, what's
That's
up?
almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
So how does a man deal with a woman's promiscuous past?
Well, I can only speak for me. You know, I would like someone who did not have that type of past, but you know, I'll be more than happy. I'll be more than willing to talk to you and understand who you are, as long as you're a good woman at heart.
What would you say the limit is? The absolute limit for you is?
5, 6.
What?
That's it.
And that's from the moment she loses it.
Yeah. I mean,
Bro's tripping. I'm sorry. This is where I gotta call him out. You're 53. You're messing with women in their 40s and older, having 5, and like, no, bro, you're not. That's rare. It's like a unicorn. 5 bodies at 40. She's a unicorn, bro. She really is a unicorn. She really is. You know what I mean?
in like it can't be a high number. It cannot be a high number.
So if you heard a woman had one over 30, what goes through your mind? Why is promiscuity bad?
Over 30 body counts? That's a lot. That's crazy.
Why is that a bad thing, though?
No. That's crazy, bro. Like you slept with 30 people. That's a lot. Everything is going, STDs, stuff going around here. Yeah, that's insane.
Is it the same for a man?
It definitely is the same for a man, I'm sure. A woman should be concerned, and a man should be concerned. So yeah, I think it goes both ways.
What do you think the way you're dressed right now communicates to men?
First of all, she's pretty reserved. I think in Miami, like she's being very conservative, and like for Miami, that is very conservative. So I don't think this is I don't think it gives off anything other than she's probably a little bit more conservative.
Honestly, I didn't think about.
I would probably approach a woman like this, dressed like this, before I approach a chick that got like it all out. Like I don't know how we got to a point now where women go out wearing strip club attire. It used to be like those see-through bodysuits was strip club attire for strippers, and now it's become club attire. I'm like, what? I don't know how, but okay.
About this when I put this outfit on, but if I think about it now, I don't know. I guess not your norm in Miami, right? Like look around right now. No one's dressed like this.
How are they dressed around here for the people watching?
The women I'm looking at right this second, they all have like really tight see-through dresses, really short.
Told you.
Really skimpy, which I have skimpy clothes too, by the way. I'm not knocking it, but I don't know. I feel like this is a little more conservative.
Well, how do you feel men look at you when you dress conservative as opposed to skimpy, provocative?
I personally feel, and this is not a fact, but I personally feel that when men see me and I dress like this versus like a sexier outfit, they approach me differently. Different kinds of men approach me more to my liking.
Yep.
And I think it's natural for a man to look at a woman that dresses like more conservatively and to view her in a more modest way.
100%, she is factual. 100%. My mom always told me this when I was growing up. She's like, your appearance commands respect. And when you have a woman that's a little bit dressed more modestly, you can still be sexy. Like this to me is still sexy. It's just more conservative, but it would draw me to her before I would get drawn to a chick that got it all out, because we inherently have these built-in biases and stereotypes when we see women dressed a certain way. We see a woman dressed with the ass cheeks out and everything showing, everyone is going to automatically think she out here doing something, right? She out here, you know, escorting. She a stripper? Is she a sex worker? Is she out here a sugar baby? I don't really want to deal with that, but I see someone that's a little more conservative, still very pretty, still can see the shape in the body, leaves me a little something to the mind here. I already know that a woman that's coming out like this, she has a different mindset. One that is more likely in line with mine than with the woman that's got it all out, showing it off to everybody. And she's even said that it attracts a different kind of man, one that she actually would be interested in versus probably the fuck boys that are approaching all of the women that are dressing more revealing. And then they wonder why. They're like, oh my God, I only meet these loser fuck boys. Well, what are you wearing? It attracts, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it in the most animalistic way. If you want to catch a lion, what are you going to put out for bait? You're going to put a cupcake out for bait? You're going to put what? You're going to put out a fucking meat. You're going to put out big ass fucking steak all out in that shit. So that motherfucking tiger sees that shit. It's like, I want that juicy ass meat. You know what I'm saying? Pause. So you got to use the right kind of a bait to attract the right kind of a fucking animal that you want. You know, in this case, you want a certain kind of a man. You need to think about what that man would like and then dress to attract them. You know what I'm saying? Giving you the game. Giving you the game. That's why I hate when I see women that dog men out and like, oh, I always date the same guys, are all losers. And I'm like, clearly it's not the guys, because what are the odds that you meet 10 different guys that have no connection to each other? Think about this logically, y'all. You meet 10 different guys that don't know each other from the next guy, don't have no connection, nothing. 10 random guys, and they are all the same archetype, and they all treated you bad, cheated on you, dogged you out. Why? Something about how you are moving or what you are giving off is attracting that kind of a person to you. You either go into the same shitty circles and clubs and not branching out and going somewhere outside your comfort zone to find a man that is not on what these guys are on. You may be dressing a certain way that's attracting those types of men because they just see you as a fun time. So who's really to point the blame at? I don't think dogging the men on this is the right in the situation. You know, you got to look back at what you're doing. You know what I mean? She's not getting no lion with that. She getting a possum. Hey, but look, in this scenario, the possum is the better play. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad for people looking when you put it out there. I agree. I think it's such double standard, not double standard. I think it's such BS when those certain women that want to say, I want to dress how I want to dress and I can wear all this. Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. I will never say you can't. By all means, have your butt cheeks flapping in the wind. God bless. Do it all. I'm going to look just like the next man would. However, it doesn't entitle you into having a good man because you are going to attract the shitty ones. 100%. And then you got the audacity to cry about it after the fact. Like, no, bitch, you made the decision. You made the bed. Now lie in it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to change your movements, change how you're looking, you're going to keep attracting the same type of people. You know what I'm saying? That's really how simple it is. I always hear women asking, man, what they bring to the table. Sis, what do you bring to the table? Yeah. Growing up, my parents always told me that you don't forget that you're representing us. Don't mess up. Very true. Very true.
So why wouldn't modest be the #1 choice for most women who come out?
I think every woman's different. I don't think there's one way or another. Like I said, I have clothes that are more revealing. I have clothes that are less revealing. It's just a matter of like your vibe. And I don't think there's one right way or another. And I don't think that men should treat women differently based on what they wear.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, see, you can't pick and choose this shit. This is where it gets me annoyed. Like, you can't pick and choose and say, well, we should wear whatever, and then men can't do that. No, that's not how it works. That's just not how the world works. You know what I mean? I wish I had a harem of women and $1 million. You know what I mean? Guess what? one of those two ain't gonna happen. Well, yeah, you get the idea. It's like it's not real. Not living in reality. Like it's just not how it is. You wear some stuff, it's going to make you assume. Like think about it like this. I hate this. Really pisses me off when they do this, because if I were to say, "Oh, ladies, don't judge a man on how he looks, because if his beard looks all crazy and he ain't gonna comb his hair, of course you're gonna look at him and think he's a bum that lives in the basement of some building with his mama." You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna assume. That's just inherently what we do. I just hate when either side of the conversation tries to say, "Don't judge." Oh, fuck you, we judge. That's a core tenet in evaluating somebody. You assess them. And that's how it is. It ain't gonna change.
But I think it is a fact that a lot of the time that they do.
If I was your man, what would I need to pay for?
In our marriage or in a partnership, in a relationship, what do you mean?
Right.
Which one?
In a relationship.
Well, hopefully like our outings, our dates, presents. Not much, I guess.
So if we're boyfriend, girlfriend, all I need to cover as a man is dates and presents.
What else?
I wouldn't need to cover your hair,
No.
nails.
Hair and nails is not a must. That's on me. That's my duties. It's like me paying for your haircuts.
Thank you.
That's your duties.
Thank you, bro. Yo, one of y'all gotta go shoot a shot at her, man. She is based as fuck. I've been saying this for the longest time. Every time we watch these videos and a woman's like, he got paid my hair, my nails. For what? That's part of your normal upkeep. If you weren't fucking with this guy, you would still do it because you want to look pretty. Why the fuck would I pay for it? I'm saying off principle. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying the principle of the idea is outlandish. That some women are like, yeah, in order to date me, you got to pay for my hair now. Like, am I dating you or am I your fucking father at this point? Like, this is a weird concept to me, because no woman would ever be cool with if I said to you, hey, guess what, babe? In order to date me and for me to pipe you down, you got to pay for my barber so I can get my lining done, my head shaved. You know, you got to, all this shit that I as a man have to do as a man, regardless of dating or not. I still got to keep my shit together and tend to my basic grooming needs. This is an absurd thing that there's some women, again, everything is always some, it's not all, because it's just the ones that we see on the internet that are fucking dumb that that say this. It's such a dumb concept, bro. Like at a certain point, you're just an adult. There's certain things you do as an adult, regardless if you're with somebody or not. Grooming yourself is one of the core tenets. Imagine, oh babe, you gotta pay for my waxes now. What waxes for what? You know what? Fuck it, babe. Just let that shit grow. Fuck it. Just let it grow. Nah, off principle, I'm not. Because if you was doing it before I came along, why the fuck I'm gonna just take over that shit now? It's a dumb concept. It's a dumb argument. I'm grateful that she said no. That's just being, normal. What's up, Vintage? Wait, what happened? You coming in the back end, bro. Josh, what's up, bro? I'm about to move to Miami and find her. Good luck, bro. Give us the updates. The only thing I wish is that he gave their IG so that you can actually go and slide in. I would have y'all go slide in DMs and see on stream if she actually responded. That would be high quality content. I'd have y'all shoot your shots in the stream.
But a woman isn't expected to provide like a man is to the woman.
Right, but no, I wouldn't ask for that. It would be nice if they offered it, but I wouldn't ask for it.
Okay. Now what about marriage?
What about it? My phone is blowing up. Yeah.
What would I be expected to cover then?
I feel like, yeah, you would cover everything of mine, because when you sign up to marry me, you sign up to take care of me and provide me with everything I need. And me working is a bonus.
But it shouldn't be a necessity.
I don't think so.
So when we're married, that's when I'm gonna be required to start paying for your hair, nails, toothbrushes, blankets.
Yes.
Okay. And what do you give the man back in return?
Let's see. Wait, let's see if she aces this part. She's been on fire this whole video.
Everything such as?
My soul, my energy, everything.
If I say jump.
My children.
Our children.
Our children, everything.
Well, you're and his children.
Right, our children.
So if I say jump, you're jumping twice.
No.
No, no, you were so close. Why'd you? We were so close to having like the perfect one, y'all. No, oh baby girl, we had our hopes riding high on you. You threw it in the end. All you had to say was yes. Yeah, I'm so disappointed, man. We had hopes. Oh. My girl works, but we're getting married soon. I work a lot, so I get to make a lot. She doesn't have to. Yo, that's what's up, man. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, like I said before. However people decide their relationship is going to work best for them. I'm not a proponent. I don't say it has to be man does everything and woman does nothing, or it's 50-50. I'm just a believer in whatever, because each couple's dynamics can be a little bit different. So I just say whatever you choose to work for y'all is work it. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? In whatever variation or combination or iteration of it, just make it work.
Maybe I'd ask why.
It's because he said it.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, she threw at the end. She threw at the end. Well, I mean, she was about as close as perfect that we've seen in this video in terms of her responses and replies, but I'd give her like I give her 80%, man. She still passed, you know, but damn, she could have been the perfect one. So close. What's up, Charles?